first ever American cuisine I had was, I think, like, to put it properly fair, that was not like super weird, was, let's say, Whataburger. And it was a quarter pounder Whataburger, and I'd never had a quarter pound burger in my life. And that was also my first experience being asked to eat whilst in the car, something that wasn't like a quick snack. So I got introduced to fast food culture that way. So those are not from the US. Americans have drive-through, like fast food. I don't know if that's common everywhere, but like the purpose of drive-through in America is very much like eat in the car. Like, that's the vibe. It's not take this home and eat it at home. It's not that. So, like, I'll give an example. The difference between picking up your pizza versus going to McDonald's. So, like, two different worlds with two different expectations. So, yeah, hold on a second for me, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I was saying it's very much the difference between like picking up a pizza, which is clearly intended to be eaten at home, versus picking up a burger, which definitely gives you the eat in your hand while you drive thing. So here's another weird thing I can say is an American experience. So yeah, that was my first experience. I didn't love it. I don't love American burgers. I don't love American fast food burgers. I don't like American food much because the seasoning profile is not what I'm used to. So typically for me, usually just like, I don't have like a high flavor profile. I just feel like some garlic powder or something just to up the seasoning profile of the food, because it's just too bland. And then for fries, where I'm from, typically you get steak fries with your food. So like our French fries are steak fries and not the tiny little fries. So that was already weird. So in general, I really had a hard time calibrating to like the fast food. And I once tried to find out like, why do the fizzy drinks taste different from around the world? Like, why do they taste different? And the response I got, and I don't know how true this is or how accurate this is, but like, because back home we have Coca-Cola products, Zimbabwe, and then here in the US they have Coca-Cola products as well. And so I was like, why does it taste different if it's the same formula? And I think they said that the one variable is the water. Like, they use whatever water that they have in the area, you know. So however, like when they clean the water, if the water in the area has a particular smell, taste, whatever, then it's gonna affect the flavor profile, which didn't make sense, because obviously I know the purified water, but at the same time I know that purified water tastes differently in different places. For example, like a natural spring purified water tastes so much crispier and better than like recycled, like over chemicaled to clean water. So I get that. I believe it to some extent. I just don't know if it's true. Let me know if it's true in the comments. Alright. So the first taste of American food that I actually fell in love with was Southern food. Like, and I'm talking about the traditional. So there's certain things I don't eat, okay, but there's certain things that I do eat. Oh my god, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna skip that part. Okay, I liked fried chicken, like not all of it. So I'm not gonna eat KFC chicken, no, but I will eat Southern home cooked fried chicken. That tastes so good. I think I've been to Popeyes maybe once. It's okay, but like most of the times the Popeyes don't look clean enough for me to really eat in there, so I can't do it often. So I like Southern fried chicken. I like the way they cook their collard greens, their cabbage, baked beans, all that goodness. I'm wishy-washy on cornbread here and good steak. Yeah, but I can't ever finish steak. Like, it's 1 or 2 bites of steak is good. Like, I can't get through the whole thing. I've kind of outgrown it. But like, I once had this steak made by this lady who used to go to steak cooking competitions, and oh my god, so good. So steak is pretty good. Okay, that's like traditional American food. The other things, but no, I don't really like. No. Then my second experience was with eating, I think it was called Rosa's Cafe. I used to go there with my family after church. You know, there was like an eating out spot. It's in Texas. It's a Texas thing, and I've been to a couple different Rosas, but not all of them taste the same. But they have this, like, they do chimichangas. Chimichangas is basically, I think, what I always get when I order Mexican, because I like that it comes on a hot platter. It's just a nice experience. And they used to have these beef chimichangas, which were basically grilled steak cut in pieces, and then you put it on your tortilla. My goodness, like, and at the time, I never used to eat corn tortillas. I only used to eat wheat ones. So wow, amazing, like really good food. But after that, like, I like Tex-Mex. After that, I stopped eating like Mexican food. If you've ever lived in a small town, you know that there's only 2 types of food. Okay, not 3, but there's only 2 types of food. There's Mexican, there's Chinese, and there is American fast food type-ish. Yeah, and maybe Golden Corral or something like that. And I lived in the South, so Cracker Barrel, which all those places, no. So you only had Chinese or you had Mexican. So I feel like at a certain point I stopped eating both Chinese and Mexican food because I couldn't find like the right thing. Okay, alright. So I mentioned Whataburger, that's a Texas food. I mentioned Rosa's Cafe, that's Texas. Okay, the next place I'm gonna mention, I've forgotten its name. This place, I don't even quite remember the place, but I know exactly what it is. It's in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's off Markham Road, Markham Street. Okay, I did like an internship over there, and there was a little Chinese spot. Till this day, if I am asked to stop, if I pass through that place, drive through that place, I will stop there for food. That food is amazing, like top tier. Okay, it's just regular Chinese food. Okay, the other ones have made me start appreciating steamed rice. So now, like, when I order, I sometimes order with steamed rice and not fried rice. I used to be a fried rice girl, but steamed rice it is. Okay, they do I think they call it like a sweet and sour, something like that. Basically, it's a sweet and sour dish. Not sour, sweet and spicy dish. It's got like just the basics, like carrots, celery. It's got a few veggies. It's not that much, but the way the combination of the food, the way they cook it, their veggies are so crunchy and so not overcooked, and they don't put too much soy sauce or like it's just or teriyaki sauce they put. It's just perfect. Okay, literally the most perfect Chinese I've ever had in my entire life. So yeah, like if you ever end up at the UAMS area, Google that place. That's a good place to get some food. Okay, that's the best Chinese food ever in my entire life. Okay, trying to think of other places I've been. If you go to DC or you go to these places, cause yeah, it's a little bit different. But if you end up in DC or in Chicago, stop by Nando's. It's Portuguese chicken. It's a lovely flavor profile. Just some of my favorite chicken in the world. Now this little strip where there's just like restaurants and stuff like that. It's closed off, or at least it was closed off due to COVID-19. That spot has the best Portuguese food I've ever had. They had beef ribs, they had wings, chicken. It was just magnificent, honestly. Cannot complain. Yeah, that was one of my favorite places ever. I really appreciate that. Let's move to, this is so crazy because I'm going to mention my city last, right? I'm gonna mention the city that I live in last. So another good place to get at the New Orleans airport, okay, domestic. There's a lady that sells red beans and rice. She sells soul food, soul food at the airport. She sells the best red beans and rice I've ever had. Red beans and rice and a fried chicken wing. That's my order when I'm getting soul food. Red beans and rice and fried chicken wing. That's my order all the time. She does a good job at the airport. Yep, that's where you get. That's the airport. At the airport, it's the best place. I have been to fairs. I've had fair food. What can I recommend? Maybe funnel cakes. Funnel cakes are cool, light, fluffy, pancakey, nice, fatty, greasy, good, sweet things. I honestly can't really pick fair food that I like because I don't often eat as much when I'm at the fair. Yeah. And let's go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Has the best Indian food I've ever had in my life. Not the whole city, there's a specific spot and I've forgotten the spot. But guys, they did an aloo gobi. So aloo gobi is potato and cauliflower. The way they fried that potato and cauliflower, the way they seasoned it, they do a sweet and sour, sweet and spicy seasoning with it. Okay, the best I've ever had, literally. And there's this pink, they put that like tandoori coloring over it. Best. That was the best Indian food. And I promise you, I've gone to multiple Indian restaurants trying to recreate that aloo gobi. No, I actually have tried to make aloo gobi, trying to recreate theirs because it tastes like they use cranberry or some nice spice or whatever. But no, this never worked. I can't emulate the flavor profile, but it was the best. It was so good. My husband and I were in town visiting friends. We had it, and then when we were driving back home, we stopped by the spot, bought a bunch of Indian food from there, and went home. And that place permanently introduced Indian food into our rotation. It's not that I didn't know that Indian food was good. Personally, I grew up having curries, and I have Nepali friends as well, so it's not Nepali food. It's not the same as Indian food, but the basics are the same, you know, when it comes to the curry and stuff like that, which is what I love. I don't like masalas. I like curries, I like biryani, I like aloo gobi now. You know, I'll venture out and stuff, but yeah. I also like this, like, I don't know, veggie that they do that's like a spinach cream spinach type of dish. Amazing. Okay, but yeah, that's in Pennsylvania. In New York and Times Square, there is a place that does crepes. In fact, I like New York street food, I'll say that. So there's a place that does crepes right in the center of Times Square, and it does like savory crepes. They're so good. They're so expensive. Definitely, to me, overpriced. Obviously they're in the middle of Times Square. So good though. So good, like a good snack. Okay, because New York pizza is pretty solid. I love it. Just the dollar pizza thing, it's good. Can't complain. And also, New York street food is pretty good. New York street food ice cream, New York street food hot dogs. I love all that stuff. Like, New York street food is solid for me. Yeah. Michigan, Detroit has an African food truck. It's a Nigerian African food truck. Great food. a Kenyan restaurant called White Cliff's Kitchen. Love it. There is a Tanzanian restaurant called Riziki Grill. So good. Love it. The Chinese food spots. It is what it is. The pizza food spots. People here are big pizza lovers, but I'm not all the way into pizza like that. So whatever. What other place am I thinking? Well, that would be so sad if that's all I've got for my city. Yeah, I get Indian, I get African. Sushi. Sushi is pretty solid. There used to be a place I loved, but it closed down. So a chain like Fusion will do good. I've been to other places, but like Fusion is pretty solid with their like flavor profile when they season their sushi. Like they put it in a sauce. Love it. Hot Chicken Takeover. It's a chain. It's pretty good. Trying to think of other places. And I like breakfast place. I like Hangover Easy. It's on the college campus here. I know there's another one in the Cincinnati area. So that's a pretty solid like breakfast spot. I love it there. The vibes are cool. Oh, there's a place that serves literally the best tacos I ever had. Corn tortilla tacos, okay? It's in the short north, right across the street from Lumen Sky Bar, not Lumen, the other Sky Bar, I forgot, on High Street, but to the right, I forgot the name, okay? I'll try and put it in the description, but best tacos in the whole world, like, best. Those are my favorite food spots in the USA. Yeah, I've traveled a little bit around the country. I'm trying to think if there's anything I left on the West Coast. No, I've traveled a little bit around the country. I'm not a big foodie because when I travel, my stomach becomes a little bit more sensitive to eat stuff, so I'm a little bit more careful. But in general, those are some of my like favorite like foods, and I would say Southern American cuisine is pretty up there, and also sushi, Japanese sushi, and Chinese food. I get the same thing. I get beef broccoli, or just like I think like a lo mein, to a fry type of thing. I always go back to the same things. If I really want something like adventurous and different, I'll just try to cook it at home. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not a big fan of cheese. So cheese dishes are hit or miss, including pizza. So I feel like I'm not a pizza connoisseur because of that. And I love, backyard barbecue kind of food. Sometimes they just can be the best. But in general, I've learned so much, and I feel like I just have to say that the non-European food profiles of America add so much richness to the food business in this country. Could never be like that good. There's also like brats, sauerkraut, all those like I think Germanish things, pretty good. Korean barbecue is pretty good. But like, yeah, in general, I'd say Indian food is like my number one. Japanese sushi is my number two, and then African restaurants. Oh, wow, they do an amazing job with the flavor profile. Any of them, all of them. Heads up, some African places really make their food super spicy, so be careful. I think the only food I've never had is like Ethiopian food, because I don't think I'd like injera. Just looking at it, no, it's not. I don't think I know I won't like injera because of the way. Yeah, it's okay, it can pass me. But I know I'll like everything else, so I just have to have it served differently. And there is no really close by Ethiopian restaurant to me. Technically it's close, but it's not close enough for me to really like experiment. soon as I can edit and upload. Maybe it won't come up as like for this week, and I'm hoping that the audio is great because I'm not gonna fix it. I've been losing a lot of videos to having audio issues, so I'm sorry.